Hello all and welcome back to my channel Meet CISO. I hope all of you are happy and healthy. Today we are going to cover an amazing topic in cybersecurity: masking, anonymization and pseudonymization. We will see what is the difference, when to use which technique, what are the benefits, what are the down for each and every topic. So, without wasting any more time, let's start with the first one in the journey of protecting sensitive data. So, three things that we said: masking, anonymization, and pseudonymization. So, what is masking? Masking is like it hides or obscures sensitive data, either permanently or on access. We will see how it is done permanently, and how it is done on the access, and what is the meaning. Second is anonymization that removes all identifiers, individual identity that cannot be restored. So that is anonymized. We will see in detail. Pseudonymization replaces identifiers with the artificial labels that can be reversible. Okay, so the first one, as I said, permanent masking. So permanent masking is called as static masking. Other is on the fly, and that is called as dynamic masking, and each is suited to their different operational needs, and each of is used to hide the sensitive data, right? So let's start with the static masking. So that is kind of a permanent transformation. What it does is it changes the data set. It changes the original value with some fake but realistic stand-ins. The original data is gone from that copy. Yeah. So here, if you see, let's say there is a column with John Smith, and it is switched with Alex Brown. So the name is altered in the database, in the table, and this is done for test and development data with engineer. Let's say if you want to do any of the research on the data, you cannot do it in the production data or on the real data. That will be a problem. So we have to do it in the test and development data, so that the identities doesn't get exposed. Yeah, real customer records should not get exposed. So that is what the idea is before doing the static masking. So the next one is dynamic masking. All of you are aware about the dynamic masking. So dynamic masking is that applies transformation at the query time. So you have seen it multiple times when you see particular bank details, let's say account number or the card details. The bank, like the person only sees star star star, that's, and then the last four digits, sometimes in the Aadhaar card or sometimes in the bank details, card details. So the employee or the person who is not owing that particular account or card details will not see the full number, and it will see the partial number. That is called as dynamic masking. So that is for protecting sensitive field in live application while allowing normal operations. So here this is the production data, the live details. So in that case, that is called as dynamic masking. So hope you understood the static and dynamic masking. Let's go to the next one, and that is anonymization. So anonymization is kind of process that is irreversible process. So this is an irreversible process. Here you see the name, there are certain names like Raj, Tej, Rahul, Priya, Varsha, Akash, Vidya, Deepak, they have certain percentages. So if we anonymize that data now, that is gone. So that is anonymized. Now you just have the numbers. In that case, you don't know which person has what amount of percentage they have received or they have got, right? So it removes all identifiers. So the identifier for certain name that is written here that was having 80%, and that can never be linked back to that individual. So that is irreversible process. So that is called as anonymization. That removes the original identity for that particular person. Next is pseudonymization. This particular term, write it, note it somewhere. This is required for the GDPR compliant. If any organization is receiving any of the data of the person, in that case they have to either to have the pseudonymization used as per GDPR requirement. What is pseudonymization? It replaces identifiers with the artificial labels. So while mapping between real and fake identities that are stored separately, I will show it how it is done. And that is a reversible process. So you change the name here with some artificial label, but then you can relink back if required. In that case, you can map it back, and that is called as a pseudonymization. Let me show it you how. So here if you see John Doe, that's the name of a person that is replaced by artificial identifier, that is user 12345. So what happened is this is the original identity. After pseudonymization, the number is changed to user 12345 and the key is stored somewhere in different database itself. So re-identification is possible with that key. So let's say the user is being done some research with user 12345, but let's say in future if someone wants to know what user 12345 is, they can, with the help of that key, they can relink back to the okay, user 12345 is John. So that is what it is. So this is, as I said, explicitly recognized under GDPR as a valid privacy enhancing measure for data processing. So if the mapping key is compromised, so that's a key, that's a risk. If the key is compromised, then it can be relinked, and that can be the problem. So that is the risk for with the pseudonymization. So this is the very good table. Take a screenshot of this table and use it for your reference in future. What is masking, anonymization, pseudonymization, what is the utility and what it is best for. Let's quickly have a recap. First is static masking. Static masking is used in copy. Like I said, you do a copy of the database, you do the static masking, right, in the dev and test environment, and then you do all your research in that. And the data utility is high, right? That is reversible, no, right? Because you have masked something with different thing and then you don't know, like as I said, Raj is, let's say Raj is mapped with Rahul. Now you don't know, you cannot reverse back, okay, who is Raj, we don't know, right? Dynamic masking, so that is at access, as we discussed the bank example few minutes ago, that is again reversible, no. Data utility is high and that is in the live application. Anonymization, that is never reversible, as we discussed the 10 people, right, having their own different percentage, the data utility reduced, but that is for public research data. So if you want to send some data that is used for public research, you cannot use the genuine data or the live data. That can be a huge exposure to the privacy, and that can lead to the compliance or regulatory fines. In that case, the anonymization is done so that never ever that data can be relinked to the correct person, for that the data is available. Last is pseudonymization, that is reversible, yes, with key. The data utility is high and this is used for GDPR compliance. So this is, there is no single technique that fits all scenarios, but these are layer, and it, as per the regulation, risk and the operational need, the organization do such kind of masking, anonymization or pseudonymization. I hope you have learned something from this video. Please do let me know in the comment section if you have any doubt about this video. Do let me know what should be the next video I should be creating a video on, and please do like, share and subscribe to this channel so that we get motivated, the video reaches to the maximum number of people and they get help with that. Please do share this video with your friends, family, so that they can understand what is the masking, anonymization and pseudonymization and what is the difference. This is a really good video. Everything is under one umbrella and that will be really helpful to them. Thank you, take care of yourself, bye bye.